Hey, hey, guys, welcome back. All right, so Aquarians, let's go ahead and take a little peek, Aquarius, at um, the good stuff coming up in the future. And I'm looking at it this way because I just love this backdrop. I think it's bright, and although we see, mountains can represent or be represented by obstacles, can be represented by mountains. Forgive me, I'm talking sideways today. But we have this sunlight breaking through, and we're kind of rising up above the obstacles. So I want to take a look, and we'll keep it as specific as it comes out, whatever little details show up. But what do we have coming into Aquarius's life that's going to be positive? We have Hierophant first off, and this could be anything from somebody's chakras feel really aligned. I'm picturing somebody who's like, I don't know if somebody's going to a chiropractor or something, and it's like, oh my God, I feel like I'm standing taller, or I feel like, finally, that pain in my back is gone. It feels like I feel like Aquarius is going to start to feel something like my energy is flowing, my chi is flowing. Obviously these are fictional stories. I'm not saying somebody is, I don't talk about health and wellness other than, the little details that we see. And it's just, this is making me think for our character that we have some kind of, changes and alignment happening in chakras or in energy flow, or like I say, maybe it's in the, physical, emotional, spiritual sense of like, wow, everything is balanced now, I'm back on track. This can be a crown chakra awakening as well. This can also be a card of marriage and belief systems, but it feels very positive, and it feels like, I mean, we have the serpents here, and the serpents, we're at the tail end of the year of the snake. And that transformation, that change, the things that we're letting go of, the things that are being aligned, it feels like it's all happening at just the perfect time. Just the perfect time. Also, I don't know if Aquarius is going into a path of health or wellness. I'm thinking of it like the medical staff, but somebody could be marrying a person who works in the medical industry, medical field. We have this key that unlocks things, and it just seems like there's some kind of love story here right out of the gate, but it's more than that. It's like everything in Aquarius's life is going to start feeling more aligned. I don't know if somebody has like new, either like windows or window coverings or something, but we see at least two windows here, and I'm just thinking somebody's getting like either, how you can like buy the film that you can put on a window and it gives you like privacy. They make really pretty ones nowadays, where you can get things that look like stained glass, but it just is like a plastic film that goes on your window that you can peel right back off if you want to. But I'm picturing somebody is like getting something like that put on some of their windows, and it's just like, wow, that makes it really nice. Or maybe they're getting like blackout curtains or something so they can get better sleep at night. But that's another side note for something positive. And then we've got this Piscean energy of the Hanged Man in the reverse. And by the way, that was Taurus to start us out. I will be doing Taurus video right after this, and I just did a Pisces before this, by the way. So I don't know if Aquarius is needing to like touch base on those two zodiac videos as well, but interesting to see with the delays are over. There's some kind of like, instead of waiting to have a transformation, it's done. The metamorphosis is complete. Also, I don't know if somebody has a wisteria bush that they either like really wanted to see blossom, and it's like this year it's going to be a spectacular, or if somebody had like an invasive vine and they finally like eradicated it. But I'm picturing something to do with like landscaping, something to do with vines, or look, I mean, I do think wisteria is, you could consider it invasive because man, does it take off. But I love wisteria, absolutely love it. But it is hard to keep it in one place. It decides where it's going to go, and it's going to go everywhere. Ivy can kind of do the same also and overwhelm things. So whatever this is, whether it was wanted or whether it was unwanted, it's like the change is coming. Either we pulled it out and eradicated it, and that's awesome, or we've planted it and it's finally really blossoming, and that's awesome. But the waiting time is over. Now, it also hints that if this is about the love story aspect of this, I do think that like this is a relationship that's going to go toward marriage really swiftly. There isn't any, it's just like, look, I know what I know and I'm meant to be with you. So I don't know what we're waiting on. It could be like a lot of certainty coming in. We have a King of Pentacles in the reverse as well. This can represent somebody who shows their real hand and is very selfish. This could be another thing connected to the no more delaying, no more wondering. This would take us into the realm of finances. I'm picturing somebody might drop like a company that they were working with because they're like, you know what? I just discovered that the person I was working with, they really are not trying to do their best for me as a customer. So I'm done. Or, this could be a boss figure or somebody who wanted to move up in a company. And it's like, I was so worried they were going to become the boss or that they were going to get promoted. But honestly, they kind of blew it. It's been revealed. They're stingy, they've been lazy, and they're not, like everybody knows that now. It's been revealed who is in a karmic energy. I feel like there is an important piece of knowledge so that resources are no longer going to be hemorrhaged. But that could also be something that it has to do with this card here, but this card also has to do with this card here. So we're kind of connecting dots, but we're also going off in different threads. So I would say this is another thing where there's no more delays on it. Like the truth is coming clear. The truth about, I resonate really well with this person. We're getting married. This other person, not somebody reliable. That's true. I can let that go. But it's about different aspects of life. Also, I don't know if somebody really loves apples, but they may need to change what variety of apples. Sometimes we like, oh, my favorite apple is such and such. And then over time, it's like, something's changed. They're not as good as they used to be. Or, whatever, I've developed an allergy. And then we try a different brand or a different, variety. And then we're back to loving our apples again. It seems like somebody's going to be changing a brand or changing. Here we go again with the apples. So I don't know if this is like, I need to switch over to organic or, I'll say, I used to really love Fuji's. I don't even buy Fuji's anymore, not for like probably 10 years. I'm all about the pink ladies. And strangely, I've shifted over to the gala apples as well. So, I can just say on a personal level, I get how that changes over time, but it's just a weird side note. It's just because apples came up in both of these. And I was like, what is the thing that's different here? Something about a change. And maybe we could say that, the saying like, it's like apples and oranges. Maybe this is more a metaphor and it's not got to do with a food item specifically, because I'm actually applying this though to like somebody could be changing face creams, shampoo, detergent. It's like, oh, this doesn't work anymore in my laundry. I need something cleaner. I'm picturing somebody who wants like unscented, I see the baby here and it just makes me think I need a non-scented detergent, because it was irritating me and I didn't realize it. But these are like the positive changes that are making things cleaner, that are making things more simple, that are making things, I feel like somebody's shifting to like realizing where obstacles have been and changing and going toward things that are going to be more positive. So if Aquarius, again, we talk about possibly marriage because an Empress is typically the one who's married. This can also talk about business again. Somebody could start their own business, could be walking away from a career path because it was like, you know what? Literally, I'm done letting somebody make, 95% off of me and I only get 5% when I do all the work. Why don't I just do this myself? We could see an Aquarius who's starting to say, I got a lot to offer. I got a lot of mad skills. I don't know. There's also a side note in here where I feel like Aquarius may have another like talent that they really like, a craft that they do. I don't know if it's going to be something to do with fabric or quilting or, knitting or, I know this is like, she's got a really beautiful, I don't know what they're called, but the wrap that you carry your baby in instead of like a backpack or something. She's using kind of like a more traditional wrap. maybe making things like that specifically, or making up a product. But I feel like there's a real talent that Aquarius has that they may wind up like, maybe it's going to be part of a side hustle, something like that. I also feel like somebody could be a hairdresser, or they have a really unique ability with beauty, hair, makeup, skincare. I just feel like Aquarius is like spectacular in the way they are clean and simple, and also extremely elegant. And there's something here about the way they dress. This is simple, but then she has this gorgeous, swath of color, a very unique, very fresh style. Her hair, again, simple, but like naturally wavy. Her face, just elegant and beautiful, not a stitch of makeup on, and just gorgeous, like alabaster skin. I'm picturing Aquarius has like they're really embracing like their natural beauty, and that is so right for them. If Aquarius is changing their wardrobe a bit, I feel like their wardrobe is going to reflect a combination of like simple, one color tone with like this amazing splash of something very vibrant. And it's like it's like statement pieces. Like that's the way I think Aquarius is going to be visible to others, but that's also the way they're going to be visible to others, like in the business realm, in their relationship. It's like sometimes the thing that makes something so classy is when it's classic lines, classic, one color tone outfit, but with this spectacular piece. And it's obvious that you're showing like against a backdrop. You strip everything down to something simple, but then you highlight the one thing that you want to show. And I think that that's maybe the strategy that Aquarius has like in life. I do things simple, and then there's this thing that I show you that's like, this is what I really bring to the table. I feel like probably Aquarius has like a recipe for something that is simple, and the star of the dish is like the humble potato or something. And yet they make it like nobody else. And it's like, oh my God, this is the best potato I've ever eaten. And it's like, yeah, it's a simple recipe, but it highlights the very best of something. That means it's sophisticated, not that it's actually simple. I feel like Aquarius might have come to terms with like how best to communicate as well, which could be the simplest. They leave out unnecessary extra words and they just simplify. This is amazing. It makes Aquarius's life, I don't know, I just feel like simple, but also Aquarius is going to be so highly respected and so loved. I can see them having a very peaceful, long-term partnership, a marriage that really works, because I think that they have reached that point where it's like, I know the core values of what I need in a relationship, and how I want to treat my partner, and how my partner treats me. At the core, we have deep roots of mutual respect, and that makes everything else work for us. We do have a baby. I don't know if there's a human baby going to be born. I don't feel like it's Aquarius's human baby, by the way. I feel like somebody else's baby, or like nieces, nephews, grandbabies, something like that. But there is a new wonderful baby that is coming in that could expand the family tree. Maybe Aquarius is going to become a foster parent. But it's like, there's so much contentment in this. And then we have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Instead of feeling like, okay, I've got to keep juggling things, I think everything is getting streamlined for Aquarius. Streamlined in like, my relationship is solid. We're getting married. We're not just dating. We're not, cohabitating in different places and trying to see each other here and there. We're going to be living together. I'm no longer having to work for somebody else. I'm just going to start my own side hustle and turn it into my primary thing instead of a side hustle. I'm no longer, wondering what's going to happen. I'm investing, and I am building things. I'm no longer wonder what's taking. There's a lot of roots here too, and I almost wonder if there's something about where Aquarius is going to be living could be like someplace where they feel like they have very deep roots. They're planting deep roots. They're planting something. This could also be somebody that's like really into roots, like, turmeric, or maybe like things like eating things like turnips and, we already talked about potatoes also, but I feel like maybe root vegetables or something to do with roots. Again, going back to the hair, maybe it's about, being hairstylist and dealing with the root color. Aquarius could go back to whatever their natural color is if they had ever colored their hair. It's just everything is going back to the roots and simplifying. It's not trying to live in two worlds at once. It's like, actually, when I put all my energy into one category, that's the category that grows the most. And it just is simplified and turned sophisticated, and everything seems like it makes perfect sense now. And I'm really seeing huge success and growth in the area that I'm putting all my energy into. And I feel like definitely in the realm of relationship and belief systems and direction of life, Aquarius is going to see real success and real growth. This might just be like they're going to say for the next, 3 months, I'm going to focus on like a major aspect of my life and really give it the best of my energy. And that's where they see the most progress. I need to learn something. I'm going to commit to 3 months to perfecting this. I need to, commit to a workout routine for health and wellness. I'm going to do it for 3 months and really see the results. Like, however we want to look at this, it still seems like I'm streamlining, and my God, the growth is incredible. So that was a delightful one. Aquarius, thank you so much for hanging out with me. As always, I'm a fictional storyteller. I always hope there's something fun that comes out of these, but that was lovely. You guys, thank you. And thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Also, I believe you guys did still get 2 videos last week. They came out, I think, on like Saturday and Sunday. So if you didn't catch those, you might want to check them out. They are in your Aquarius playlist. Anyway, take care. Bye.